Walk onto almost any luxury dealer lot in America right now, and I guarantee you will find at least one six-figure SUV wearing a thin layer of dust, still wrapped in its delivery plastic, with a window sticker the salesperson is afraid to show you. I just spent the last 2 weeks pulling inventory data, calling buddies who run service departments at Highline stores, and digging through what is actually moving versus what is quietly rotting under fluorescent lights. What I found is the kind of thing that makes you question everything you think you know about how the car business works. There are 5 luxury SUVs right now, brand new, never titled, that have been sitting on dealer lots for more than 200 days, and in 2 cases, more than 400. We are talking about SUVs that stickered north of $80,000, $90,000, even 6 figures that nobody wants to touch. And the wildest part? If you know what to ask for, dealers are dropping the prices in ways the public has no idea is even possible. After 22 years in the business, I have never seen luxury inventory pile up like this. Number 1 on this list, you are going to think I am making it up. The amount of money you can negotiate off of it is honestly insulting to anyone who paid sticker price last year. Let's count it down. Number 5, the Audi SQ7. We start with an SUV that should be selling like crazy on paper. 3 rows, 500 horsepower, a twin-turbo V8 that hits 0 to 60 in around 4 seconds flat. All-wheel steering is standard, and it comes with a sport suspension. This is essentially a Lamborghini Urus wearing a more sensible suit. So why is it sitting on dealer lots collecting pollen? Because the SQ7 is priced around $92,000, and a loaded one walks right up to $115,000. At that price point, the average buyer asks, wait, why am I not just buying a Porsche Cayenne? That is the SQ7's whole problem. It exists in a no-man's land between the regular Q7 buyer who does not need 500 horsepower and the Cayenne buyer who already made up their mind years ago. According to first quarter inventory data from Car and Driver, the SQ7 was one of the slowest moving luxury SUVs in the country, with days on lot well over 200. Some dealers I called had units that came in for the previous model year and were still sitting there waiting for someone to walk in and recognize what it actually is. Here's what it's worth right now. Manufacturer's suggested retail price on a 2024 SQ7 Premium Plus is roughly $92,000. I have personally seen these advertised at $79,000 and $80,000 on dealer websites. That's a $12,000 to $13,000 discount before you even open your mouth. Walk in with financing pre-approved and a willingness to walk out, and I have heard of buyers landing these in the low $70,000 range. You are looking at a true V8 luxury performance SUV for about the price of a loaded Toyota Sequoia. The catch is the SQ7 is expensive to maintain. Brake jobs are around $2,000. Tires alone will run you $1,800 for a set. Out of warranty, this is not a vehicle for the faint of heart. But if you are buying new with the warranty intact and you plan to keep it for the 4 years of coverage, the math gets real interesting real fast. Number 4 is the Land Rover Discovery. Number 4 has been on this list of slowest selling SUVs for so long it should pay rent. The current generation Land Rover Discovery, launched in 2017, received a minor facelift in 2021, and has been quietly sitting on dealer lots ever since. According to CarEdge inventory data, the Discovery is consistently one of the slowest moving SUVs in America, with market day supplies regularly stretching past 200 days. Some individual units have been on specific dealer lots for over a year. Why are they sitting? Two reasons. First, Land Rover's reliability reputation is, let's be polite, complicated. The Discovery has historically struggled in long-term ownership surveys, and luxury buyers who do their homework are aware of that. Second, the Discovery sits in an awkward spot in Land Rover's own lineup. It is more expensive than a Defender, less prestigious than a Range Rover, and it does not have the rugged, cool factor of either. People walk into the showroom, see all three, and the Discovery just kind of fades into the background. The manufacturer suggested retail price on a 2024 Discovery starts around $62,050, and a Discovery R Dynamic HSE walks up to about $78,000. Here is what it is actually worth on the lot today. Dealers are quietly knocking $15,000 to $18,000 off these on aged inventory. I have seen 2024 R Dynamic SE models advertised at $54,000 and lower. Factor in the captive lender incentives Land Rover keeps running, and you can get into a fully loaded, 3-row V6 supercharged luxury SUV for about $48,000 on the right day. That is compact crossover money for a $78,000 vehicle. Just understand what you are signing up for. Buy the extended warranty. Find an independent specialist before you sign anything. And do not, under any circumstances, plan to keep one out of warranty unless your last name is on an oil well. Number 3, the Range Rover Velar. Halfway through the list, and we are staying inside the Land Rover family because, brother, they have a problem. The Range Rover Velar made the first quarter 2025 list of the slowest selling cars in America for a very specific reason. It is beautiful, it is expensive, and almost nobody knows exactly what it is for. The Velar slots between the Range Rover Sport and the Evoque. It got a refresh that brought a new curved 11.4-inch touchscreen and an updated interior, but the underlying problem is unchanged. At a starting manufacturer-suggested retail price of $62,975, including destination, and easily climbing past $80,000 on the upper trims, the Velar is asking Range Rover Sport money without delivering Range Rover Sport presence. Buyers walk in, see the Sport sitting next to it for a few thousand more, and just keep walking. Meanwhile, the Velars sit and sit. The 3-liter turbocharged inline-6 is genuinely a great engine. It has a mild hybrid system, 395 horsepower, and goes from 0 to 60 in around 5.2 seconds. But great engines do not sell cars when buyers do not know what box you are trying to fit in. Here is what it is worth. The 2024 Velar P400 Dynamic SEI, found in inventory, had been sitting for 247 days. The original sticker was $79,400. The internet price was $63,900. That's a $15,500 discount on a brand new luxury SUV with a full factory warranty. And I'm telling you right now, that was not the floor. Walk in at the end of the month or at the end of the quarter. Talk to the sales manager, mention you saw 2 other Velars at competing dealers, and you can chip another $3,000 to $5,000 off easily. The Velar's biggest weakness is also a buyer's biggest opportunity. Nobody else wants it, which means you are not competing with anyone for the deal. If you actually like the way it looks, and a lot of people genuinely do, you are getting the most styling per dollar in the entire luxury SUV market right now. Quick break. If this is the kind of inside baseball car talk you came here for, hit subscribe. I'm doing more videos on the luxury cars dealers do not want you to know are quietly losing them money. Now back to it. This one breaks my heart a little because the F-Pace is genuinely a good SUV that has been completely abandoned by its own parent company. According to data from CarEdge and Motor One, the Jaguar F-Pace has a market day supply of 239 days with around 2,829 units sitting unsold across the country and only about 533 finding new owners over a recent 45-day stretch. That is a vehicle on life support. Here is the situation. Jaguar has officially announced it is stopping production of all current vehicles as it prepares to relaunch as a fully electric, ultra-luxury brand. The F-Pace is on its way out. Dealers know it, customers know it. No one wants to be the person who buys a brand new SUV from a brand that just told the world this version of itself is going away, which is exactly why this is one of the best luxury SUV deals on the planet right now. The F-Pace is a really good SUV. The supercharged V6 in the F-Pace S makes 380 horsepower and sounds incredible. The interior, especially after the recent refresh, is genuinely premium. It handles better than almost anything in its class because Jaguar engineers obsess over driving dynamics, and it is reasonably reliable with the 2-liter 4-cylinder and the 3-liter V6 both being relatively proven powertrains. MSRP on a 2024 F-Pace P 250 starts around $59,000. The F-Pace P 400 R Dynamic S walks up to roughly $73,000. Real-world price right now? I have seen these advertised in the high 40s. A loaded F-Pace R Dynamic S that's stickered at $73,000 was being advertised online at $54,900. That is over $18,000 off MSRP on a brand new luxury SUV. And the floor is probably another $2,000 to $3,000 below that if you negotiate hard. The risk is obvious. Resale value is going to be brutal. Service network availability after Jaguar's transition is a question mark. But if you plan to drive it for 8 to 10 years and you do not care about resale, you are getting an enormous amount of luxury car for the money. This is the closest thing to a fire sale on a brand new luxury SUV that exists in the American market today. Number 1. The Maserati Levante. This SUV stands in a category by itself. According to recent CarEdge analysis, more than 1/3 of Maserati's entire new vehicle inventory in late 2025 still consists of leftover 2024 models. 1/3. That is a level of stagnation that does not exist anywhere else in the luxury market, and the Levante is the biggest offender. The Maserati Levante is a beautiful SUV. It is built on the same platform as the Ghibli sedan, which means it actually drives like a Maserati, instead of like a tall sedan pretending to be off-road capable. In higher trims, it has a Ferrari-built engine. The interior is dripping with Italian leather and real metal, and the noise it makes is unlike anything else in the segment. So why is it sitting? Because it costs a fortune to buy, and even more to own. The manufacturer suggested retail price on a 2024 Levante GT starts at roughly $90,700. The Levante Modena is $101,400. The Modena S is $127,600. And the Trofeo, the absolute top of the line with the 580 horsepower Ferrari, sourced twin-turbo 5.8 starts at $167,000. At those prices, Every potential buyer has a list of alternatives 10 cars deep, from Porsche Cayennes to BMW X5M models to Range Rover Sports, all of which are easier to live with day to day. So Levantes sit for 250 days, 300 days, 400 days, and the price tag at the top of the windshield gets quietly more flexible every single week. Here's what they're actually worth right now. I pulled multiple listings from Maserati dealer websites in different parts of the country. A 2024 Levante GT with a sticker price of $96,000 was being advertised at $74,500. That is a $21,500 discount, or about 22% off MSRP, on a brand new Italian luxury SUV that has been on the lot since the previous model year. A Levante Modena that's stickered at $108,000 was advertised at $82,900. That is a $25,000 swing. The Modena S models that originally listed at $130,000 plus, I have seen advertised in the high 90s, meaning in the high $90,000 range on aged inventory. According to CarEdge, the recommendation for negotiating leftover Maseratis is to lock in 15% off MSRP at the absolute minimum, with 20% off being completely realistic on aged units. Now, I need to be clear with you because I am not in the business of selling people into mistakes. Buying a Maserati is not the same as buying an Audi or a BMW. Maintenance is brutal. Brake jobs run $4,000 plus. The Ferrari-built V8 engines in the Trofeo trim require specialty service that not every shop can perform. And resale value on a Maserati is what mechanics politely call educational. 3 years from now, that $74,500 Levante is going to be worth maybe $42,000. So this is not a value play in the traditional sense. This is an I want to drive a Maserati and I want to pay 40% less than the person who bought one new last year play. And right now, in late 2025 and early 2026, that play has never been more available. So there it is. 5 luxury SUVs sitting on American dealer lots for more than 200 days, what they actually cost, and what they are really worth right now. The Audi SQ7 with V8 muscle for Toyota Sequoia money. The Land Rover Discovery with $18,000 in negotiation room sitting on the windshield. The Range Rover Velar, beautiful, ignored, and discounted by the price of a Honda Civic. The Jaguar F-Pace, being fire-sold by a brand walking away from its own past. And the Maserati Levante, the most discounted Italian SUV on earth right now, where 20% off MSRP is just where the conversation starts. The luxury new car market in 2026 is the most negotiable it has been in over a decade. Inflation, interest rates, tariffs, model year changeovers, and brand transitions have all stacked up to create a situation where dealers desperately need to move metal and informed buyers are quietly cleaning up. If you want to know which luxury brands hold their value over the long haul and which ones to absolutely avoid as a long-term ownership proposition, I made a whole video on that. It's right up here. Like the video if it helped you, subscribe for more straight talk on the car business, and remember, the best deals are almost always on the cars nobody else wants. I'll see you in the next one.